Stay focused. Let's go, KD. Take a look around you, look and find your way, man. Yeah, take a look around you, look and find your way, man. Yeah, I ain't talk is talk, and move is move. When I come in, bitch, I change your way. Got things to do, I done pay my dues. But where was you? Nigga, where was you? I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, man. Find your way, man. Find your way, man. I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, man. Find your way, man. You and me go way back. When this whole thing over, I'ma send my invoice, pay that. You don't wanna say that. You don't want this payback. I keep my composure, this my kingdom, nigga, stay back. We had a couple of moments. You had a choice, nigga, on it. Your real colors, they showing. I'm real, nigga, I'm focused. When I come around, I'm fly with it. Stay moving, do buy with it. New sound, just vibe with it. Same truth and we die with it. I see it like it's an obstacle. I never sit on the fence. Nothing to me is impossible. Music of me to the end. Most of the shit is illogical. All of y'all niggas depend on what they pretend. Just think what you had. Stop looking at trends. You wearing your eyes like it's topical. Clearly now, the pain is gone. The fame is on. And they play my song. Yeah, it's real. Yeah, it's real. Yeah, I ain't talk is talk. And move is move. When I come in, bitch, I change your way. Got things to do. I done pay my dues. But where was you? Nigga, where was you? I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. New era, I got y'all. Real game, we pop off, no knockoffs. Open eyes, we watch out. Mobilize, won't cop out. COVID-19 cops out, don't flop now. Open skies, we fly now. New agenda, they try now. Most y'all getting real scared of the headlines we find out. End game getting real near. If you don't know, you behind now. Behind the times, government hide behind the lines. Most brands trying to monetize. All of us have to stay inside, don't socialize. Talk is talk, and move is move. When I come in, bitch, I change your way. Got things to do, I done pay my dues. But where was you? Nigga, where was you? I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. This is that one song that you heard so many times, and every time you hear it, you're like, I'm not gonna bump to this song. But then you start catching a vibe. I'm sorry, not sorry. Yeah. East Coast with the gang, gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, gang, gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, whoa, East Coast with that gang, gang. You know we don't play games, whoa. Hop up on that wagon, oh please just get out the way. You know we stay stuntin', right up in your face. We sorry, not sorry, we just stuck up in our ways. West Coast gon' ahead, stand up. Put that glass and hands up. Gang, 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 we famed up. Got that change, we bagged up. Crew love, we stay manned up. Ahem like I'm wheezy, yeah. Rap game just too easy, drip so sick, I'm queasy, whoa. East Coast with the gang, gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. Yeah. Watch me finesse, walk to the line. Good versus evil, God in his prime. Always in prime, always on time. Our time to shine, wifey is fine. I'm doing fine, glad that you asked. God fill me up, mud in my glass. God clean me up, all that I ask. Wherever you headed there fast. I am ahead, you are in last. Last time I checked, you are all gas. Gas in the whip it up fast. Fast and all furious, I'm starting to spaz. Getting all curious, you put me on blast. Blasting that Darius, kids in the back. Back to the future is black. Black like T'Challa, Wakanda attack. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Swole fam, y'all better run this up. KD, let's go. Yeah. Aye, East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, you know we don't play guys, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, you know we don't play guys, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, you know we don't play guys, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, yeah. You know we don't play guys. I'm blessed, I never said I didn't struggle. I finesse, I never said I didn't hustle. These niggas talk so loud, the way I move is subtle. I'm the ocean, but these niggas just a puddle. Ay, oh, I swear I'm delusional. These niggas ain't using me. They want my energy, ain't nothing new, this is usual. These figures confusing me. What's gotten into me? They say I'm using their cubicles. Clipping KD like some cuticles. None of this shit is excusable. Don't need a muse when I'm musical. Ay, whoa, I'm tired of saying for truth when nobody's doing it. Yeah. They're controlling the youth. Agenda of fusing them, nigga. We losing them. Matter of fact, we just abusing them. That's a fact. We try to roll with a ballad act. Fucking low key with a Tesseract. They throwing smoke when they got that. Get the fuck up out your little bubble. They wanna ask how much it costs, I said it double. Gorilla beer, these niggas only rockin' stubble. The realest nigga make these bitches start to stumble. Aye, East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, you know we don't play guys, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, you know we don't play guys, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, you know we don't play guys, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, you know we don't play guys, yeah.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
What's going on, beaches, booshes? Bustas, hustles, and yo-hos. It's your boy Papa Swolio back with another episode. In today's episode, the Beastcast is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everest and K2, flexing on all you Welcome to the show, everyone. Thanks for being here. 3405, Monday, September the Schwam. Happy September, everyone. If you know, well, it is coming up very rapidly on Fuck Your Resolution season. We are in the pre-Fuck Your Resolution season. Can you believe it? Pre-Fuck Your Resolution season. Wow. It's coming up. This is like the transition period into resolution season, meaning we always start a few months before, and you know a lot of people are making bullshit excuses. They're going to punch out for Halloween, for Thanksgiving, for Christmas and the holidays, and it gets colder outside and back to school, blah, blah, blah. So people are going to push off everything. They're going to wait. The rest of the year is a write-off for them, but not for you. So in other words, Fuck Your Resolution season is about this time of year that everyone punches out. So it's time for you to clock in, join the Daily Swole, join the Swole fam over at SwoleNormusX.com, download the SwoleNormus app, start crushing your 7 pillars today. Do not wait for January 1st. Going to be harping on this all 2025. So start today. Stop making excuses. The only time is now. Stop procrastinating. Do it now. Do it now. Do it now. Join the fam. Let's get into the first post today. We got one.
What's in the box?
Speaking of Fuck Your Pumpkin Spice, I'm not rocking the pumpkin spice merch, but Coach Daddy Craig is. Check it out. Challenge accepted. Fuck your pumpkin spice.
people.
What do you mean?
I don't believe you pumpkin spice people. And the beautiful thing about this picture is he's at a Starbucks. If you look in the background, you could see the menu. And obviously, he is not a fan of pumpkin spice. So I don't want to see any other posts on social media that caught Craig getting a pumpkin spice. This isn't a LARP. This is lit. This is legit. This is the real deal. It's pumpkin spice season. Fuck your pumpkin spice. Drink some coffee. If you need pumpkin spice, you don't know what good coffee is. You need some good coffee. Get off that pumpkin spice tip. Thanks for sharing the merch. Share on social media, on Instagram. Tag us, Real Papa Swole, Swolenormous, Daily Swole Podcast. Tag us on social media, and we will rep your pictures in our stories, and we'll give you a shout out here on the show. Now, let's get into some proof of gym. Let's do it. I want to see you in the gym. I tell you go to the fucking gym every day, but I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Prove it, and then you can stick around. Prove your gym worthiness. April Tester says, after losing over 90 pounds, I'm now toning my muscles. Well, isn't that cute? Isn't that cute? Well, first off, good for you losing 90 pounds. I will clarify here that there is no such thing as toning muscles. You want to build muscle, and then you just need to lose body fat on top. There's no such thing as toning muscle. Just saying. Just want to clarify, but obviously you're making progress, and you look great. You look great. Keep it up, and remember, progressively overload. Make sure you're lifting heavier weights. Push yourself. Ladies need to build muscle too, but there is no such thing as toning. Eating quality foods, getting quality sleep, getting your hormones in check, getting rid of estrogenics in your environment, and sticking to this plan will lean you out over time, and you'll have less body fat and you'll see more of that muscle. So just have to clarify, but I appreciate the progress. Losing over 90 pounds, that's amazing. Borja Martin Stefani. Papa Swole went from 315 pounds down to 275. Look at everyone losing extra body fat. You don't need it. You don't need that extra body fat. Remember, when you're eating, you're not eating for your overall mass. You're eating for your lean mass. Get about 0.8 to a gram per pound of body weight of protein. Some people need more. Some people might need less. Adjust the carbohydrates, within that paradigm. Focus on building muscle, progressive overload, 7 pillars, and the extra weight will come off. You just need to improve your lifestyle habits and your environment. So looking good. Connor Stafford says, took me a couple of attempts over the last 5 years, struggling to stay consistent due to injury, surgery, and also laziness. But I've been consistent for 2 years. Started at 308 pounds. Current weight, 194 pounds. Fam, do the math there. What is that? 114 pounds? Is that 114 pounds lost? Hashtag Swole fam in the house. Look at this. Who's getting amped? Who's getting amped on a Monday? By the way, we do have new releases, so we'll get into those new releases later on the show. We got a couple of videos. We'll get into that during some of the Balls Deep. Maybe we'll do one of the new releases. We'll do a recipe. We'll spread it out throughout the episode today. But awesome job, Connor. Fantastic. Douglas Merrick says, yes, sir. 13 months, 105 pounds released. I like that. You're not losing the pounds. You're releasing the pounds. You are setting them free. This is what we mean by, fat liberation. You're liberating the fat, liberating it, letting it go bye-bye. Thanks for the motivation. You got it. Douglas, 105 pounds lost. Swole fam crushing it. Look at that. Absolutely fantastic. Oh my God. We got some great posts. We got 2 more here. We got one from James Evans. Midway through a cut, this guy's looking juicy. All while working overnights in solo custody of my daughter. I'm the prime example of there is no excuse. Get to the fucking gym. You get America.
The more you hate me, the more you will learn.
Look at that dude. So for those of you that work third shift, you work overnight, I know those schedules are brutal. I don't do them myself, but I kind of used to do night shift, but I did that for myself. I was staying up all night editing videos and doing all this kind of stuff. So I definitely know the toll it takes on your body. You get used to it. You get used to doing overnights. You get used to destroying your sleep. That's the problem. The same thing with garbage food. People get used to eating garbage food. So they don't know how good their body can feel, and they don't realize the damage that these foods are doing to their body. When you're eating vegetable oils and seed oils all the time, and you come across one of my posts, I say, eat more steak, stop eating all that garbage. You're like, well, I feel fine. I'm doing this. Oh, everything in moderation. You don't realize how toxic these things are in your life until you remove them. Same thing with working overnights. Now, James is not, this is just a little aside to what James posted, but when you're working overnights, when you're getting poor sleep, whether it's because of work or just because of poor habits, you don't realize how much of a toll it's taking. So I really encourage you guys to look into improving your schedules, but you can still make amazing progress. You just have to work uphill a little bit. James is definitely crushing it. So good for you. Prioritizing, taking care of yourself so you can take care of your daughter. So good for you, man. Respect. Terry Martin says seated preacher curls in progress. And if you're just listening, Terry needs to get, I need to get with Terry and show him how to use panoramic mode on his phone, because this dude, like, bro, leave some preacher curls for the rest of us. Holy shit. What a fucking beast. Look at his arms. Look at his arms. Look at his arms. Leave some biceps for the rest of us. You know, I'd like some biceps too, Terry. Don't be selfish. Don't be selfish. Jesus Christ. Look at those arms. Hashtag Swole fam. Let me get this in focus. Hashtag Swole fam for a chance to win today's Swole card. Thanks for being here today, fam. Drop that in the comments. We'll give this away on Rumble. Can I get that in focus? Maybe not today. Who cares? Hashtag Swole fam. Drop that in the comments. We'll do that camera sometime this year. Maybe before 2026, I'll fix that whole area over there. So doesn't really matter. Anyway, hashtag Swole fam. You guys know the deal. Let's get into that tip.
Babe,
we got some Swole fam, Swole text to get into.
It's cold outside.
So for members over at swolenormousx.com, when you join, you get access to the app. You get access to all the amazing content, programs, masterclasses, and such. But you also get access to Swole text in the US and Canada. And I do text you, and I send out a lot of these prompts. So I really want to get deeper with the Swole fam. What's the biggest change you've noticed when your recovery is dialed in? We talk about sleep. We talk about the 7 pillars. And of course, just as an aside before we get into it, pillar number 4 is recovery. So recovery has to do with proper programming. Recovery has to do with lowering your cortisol and lowering stress. So it has to do with mindfulness. It has to do with consistency. It has to do with hydration. It has to do with sleep. It has to do with your time management. So recovery is a very broad statement, but it's very important to focus on recovery. If you're not, you are going to wipe yourself out. So let's get into the first response, Swole text time from members. Danny says, when my recovery is dialed in, I notice I am a lot stronger. Indeed. Lowering stress, allowing your central nervous system. It's not just local damage to the muscles. It's also your system. You need to make sure you're recovering. That way you can recruit larger and more motor units. Diego says, I've noticed significant changes in my physique recently. I have more definition. Absolutely. Lowering cortisol levels and managing your hormones throughout the day, focusing on more recovery, allowing your muscles and your body to be more anabolic and to build and to be essentially in the positive, not just draining and having a leak in the hull of your ship, actually being able to make progress. So that's very important. Leslie says better sleep and better mobility. Once I got my workouts and recovery dialed in, I'm not debilitatingly sore anymore and feel great. Good for you, Leslie. Melissa says the biggest change I've noticed when my recovery is dialed in is that I have so much more energy. Having more energy helps me push harder when lifting and to be more efficient throughout the day. I also sleep much better. Thanks for everything, Melissa. You got it. Aww. Good stuff. Do not underestimate the impact of your training split. Again, I'll say it over and over again. Recovery is not just sleep. Sleep is a component of recovery, but it's also proper program design. You need to make sure that your recovery is scheduled in. You're not doing too much volume. You're not doing too many reps. You're not beating a dead horse. That way you're able to recover more efficiently. You're going to recover at the same rate. You could put your body in a position where you're going to recover more efficiently, but you're not going to be able to out-recover too much volume. You're just going to be digging a deeper hole. So you need to make sure that you're able to fully repair. That way you can stimulate the muscles maximally again, and then you can lift heavier and create a more a greater overload stimulus. So if you're not recovering enough, your central nervous system or local muscle recovery, you're not going to be able to get that 8th rep. You're not going to be able to add a pound or 5 pounds. And if you're not adding an increased stimulus over time, then you're not going to constantly build more muscle in a more linear fashion. It's not always going to be linear. It's rarely going to be linear. But in other words, if you're not putting your body in a position where it can recover so you can maximally stimulate the muscle with more weight or another rep, you're not going to make progress. So very important. Sydney says, I don't get sore. My muscles fatigue, but I can go longer and longer during a workout and not be sore at all. I don't just go until I can't, but I do train hard and just don't get sore. Also, when my sleep is dialed in, pre-workout or any caffeine before my lifts are completely unnecessary, I feel strong, alert, and pumped. And this is a case where caffeine, for example, coffee, I love coffee, but I don't use it as a crutch. A lot of people use coffee because they can't function without it. You need to make sure that your sleep and all your other habits and hydration, electrolyte intake and everything are on point, and you don't have coffee first thing in the morning. You wait about an hour or two. That way your body can unwind, your body can prepare for the day. Essentially, the adenosine gets reabsorbed, and then you're able to use caffeine without that afternoon crash. You get more of the benefit rather than using it as a crutch. You don't use it as a crutch. And soreness, just to touch upon that, soreness is not necessarily a proxy for growth. You will be less sore if you're doing, let's say, not training at longer lengths. You're keeping the exercises more similar. You're not doing too much volume. So if you're not sore, it doesn't mean you're not making progress. And being sore doesn't mean you are making progress. So it's important to have context around soreness. And if you have lingering soreness, you're not recovering as much as you used to for a certain amount of reps or sets, this, that, and the other, that's a sign that maybe your programming needs some reworking if you are not recovering as much from your programming. Remember, programming matters. Troy says, recovery for me doesn't do much if my sleep and nutrition is off. Well, that's recovery. So if your nutrition and sleep is off, then you're not going to have recovery. But my strength definitely has been improving slowly. I want things to move faster, but I know it takes time. Going to keep pushing myself. Love the podcast and all you do. Thank you, Troy. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. It does take time. We've talked about this on the podcast before, aggressive patience, making sure that you are putting, all your eggs in the 7 pillars basket. You're putting the effort in, but you have to put the effort in. You have to do it now. You have to push yourself. But you also need time for this to come off. It takes time to build muscle. It takes time to lose fat. It takes time for your body and your cells to change over and to renew and your body to break down, build back up. It just takes time for all these things to happen. And it takes time for those habits to really be fortified. And you're going to try different things. You're going to try different training splits. You're going to try different exercise. You're working on your nutrition with your elimination diet. You're working on your time management, on your scheduling. And as you get better and you find different puzzle pieces that work well for you in your life, you add those and you leave the rest, and you keep on making those little improvements and those little changes. You're not going to do it all at once, and it does take time. When you think about your life and you do this in composite as part of your entire life, there's no end. You're not doing this for an end point. This is why I'm not a big fan of goals. I don't have a goal. I'm going to get to 217 pounds, or I have short-term goals maybe for my lifting to do more weight, to do more reps, to get stronger. That's my short-term training goals. But long-term, I like to leave that a little bit more open-ended because I'm not stopping. And there really is no end point. You shouldn't, in my opinion, have a goal. I'm going to get to 200 pounds. It doesn't really matter. You want more muscle and you want less fat. It doesn't matter what the scale says over time, as long as you have the proper habits and you're doing it the right intent, you're going to be heading in that direction because you're going to do this until you die. There's no end point. So stop using set numbers as I'm going to do this as if you're going to be satisfied when you get to that number. You're not going to be. So it kind of leads you to the end of a diving board. You're walking the plank and at the end, it's like, what now? No. You constantly change and you develop and you adjust. That's why getting stronger is really important, because you're always going to be able to try to get stronger as you get older. That's a never ending. You're going to start losing strength over time, maintaining that, pushing yourself. That's always going to be valuable. And then what you do around it, your exercise selection, training splits and stuff can change over time, but the goal should be the same. And it should be that kind of progress, that kind of execution, keeping you consistent. There's no end point until you're dead. There really isn't. Gotta start thinking about that a little bit more. Okay, let's get into one release and then we'll get into some questions. Let's get into one release and we'll do a recipe. So this is inside the Swolenormous app. Join us, swolenormousx.com.
What's in the box?
The first release of the week. We're doing a nice simple recipe today. Bison ribeye steak. Ooh, yeah. So check out that recipe. You might like to try this with a regular ribeye steak, but if you have bison, venison, any kind of ribeye, I don't know if there's venison ribeye, but learn how to cook. Try this recipe. If you have some bison, you have a steak, just give it a look-see. Maybe it'll give you some insight as to maybe how you can tweak and adjust your cooking. Learning better skills for cooking is important. Bison ribeye steak, delicious. So you can get access to all these recipes and more. Like I said, join us over at swolenormousx.com. The app is available, App Store, Google Play, or just go to the website and learn more. Join us today. All these new releases are for members only. Knowledge Cock time. All right, questions. Drop them in the comments. Hashtag Ask Papa Swole. If you asked some questions earlier and I missed it, make sure you drop it again. I think Sterling was waiting for the show all day today. First post, the first comment in the chat is from Sterling as a question. So let's get into the first question of the day. Papa Swole, I read the body can only use about 20 to 40 grams of protein at a time for muscle protein synthesis. Does that mean it's better to spread protein out during the day instead of having 50-gram shake all at once, etc.? I don't think that's true. I don't know where you read that. That used to be, as far as I'm aware, that's a pretty proficient myth that has kind of like perpetuated for whatever reason. So it's really about your overall protein intake. Generally, I wouldn't eat 200 grams of protein in one sitting. So I spread it out. I have like a shake in the morning. Sometimes I have a protein before I work out, carbs during, and then I'll have a meal. Sometimes I'll have 2 meals in a day. Sometimes I'll have one bigger meal. So, usually I'll have like 1 or 2 meals plus some other protein and collagen at different times. So it really depends on if I'm training or if I'm not training. So what's really more important is that you're getting in quality protein overall rather than, spreading out 20 grams 6 times a day, for example, which is not necessary. So you don't have to worry overly about that. I would say, because if you're eating a steak or something, you might get 100 grams of protein. Depends on the size of the steak. So there's nothing, it's not like you can't digest it. What's really important is the overall consumption. All right, this is a very important question, very detailed question, and we're gonna be getting really deep on this one. Indian, that's not how you spell psycho, but it's okay. Are you gay? Absolutely. I'm gay for gains. I'm gay for gains.
Hi, puppy.
Am I gay? Yeah. Total homo. Great question. All right, Alfred G. 2021. How many days a week do you work out? Well, I'm always on my program. And just because you're not doing an intense lifting day doesn't mean you're on your program. This is what low-level thinking comes with training. If you're not physically training, right? If you're not training intensely, you're still on your training program. Recovery is important, and you're not going to be able to really have high production with your training long-term if you're doing more than 4 days a week. Most people are not going to be able to handle 5 or 6. Very rarely can you, unless you're doing a very protracted split or you're taking anabolics. It's just really not ideal. Most people will benefit from doing 4 days a week at the most. That way you're getting enough recovery. And you'll see this because a lot of times people, when they do 5 to 6 days a week, they need recovery weeks, or they need to take a couple of weeks off, or they burn out, or they get injured, or they're not seeing progress, or their mood tanks because they're overtraining, they're not recovering enough. So in my experience over the years, I would have done much better by limiting my training more to 4 days a week. I do that now. And sometimes I'll do stuff in between. Maybe I'll do some sprinting or some cardio, go for a walk, sauna, cold plunge, club swinging. But I'm not doing intense training more than 4 days a week. And I try to keep it that way. And it's tremendous for your recovery. Doesn't mean you can't. Doesn't mean you can't. It doesn't mean you can't see progress. And again, if you're more new to lifting, you need more reps. You're not going to be, when you're new to lifting, your form, your tendons, your ligaments, your skills, you're not able to gauge proximity to failure enough. So for someone who's new to lifting, I wouldn't say you do like a 1 or 2 sets only for a body part. You're not going to be able to push towards failure with quality, and you don't know what failure is. As you get more advanced and you start using heavier loads, you could really focus your training on a couple specific sets for a body part in a session, once, twice, maybe 3 times a week. The volume comes down tremendously, but it's not really lower volume. You're just maximizing the stimulus. And when you're using heavy enough weights, you have good form, you can target like a spike. You can target that stimulus much more effectively. When you're new to the gym, you don't have that ability. You don't have the muscle integrity. You don't have the work capacity. You're not able to push close to failure with good form. So doing some more sub-failure training, adding a couple extra sets and getting more literal reps in so you get more coordination and you build up that tolerance, that's usually better for new lifters. You still don't want to overdo the volume, but you're not able to specify as much and you're not using the same types of loads. So it's a whole different type of training. That's why we have different programs in X. Chadolf Rizlar, give me your IP address. I'll give you my IP if you give me your mother's maiden name, birthday, and the name of your first girlfriend, and your elementary school, and the name of your first pet. And I'll give you my IP address. And your social. Did I say social? All right. Danny, Papa Swole, the doctor put me on 200 milligrams of testosterone and 200 milligrams of Deca. With that, is Swole season too much, or should my recovery be fine? I'm 45-year-old, if that matters. That has nothing to do with what you're taking. I mean, that's between you and your doctor. So the type of training you do, it doesn't matter if you're taking something or not. It really depends on what you're able to recover from and what works best for you. I mean, I prefer maximum Swole, but that's really up to you. If you're recovering from an injury, I wouldn't necessarily say go into Swole season. So it depends on what you're trying to do. You know, if you're taking anabolics or you're taking TRT, you shouldn't use that and pretend, you know, you don't want to act like you're not still in recovery. Was it for your shoulder or something? You know, that doesn't necessarily speed up your recovery or allow you to go back to training all out just because you're taking that stuff. Have you tried Maximum Swole? Just curious. You can adjust things. I mean, it's whatever works for you. So they're both great programs. Different volume. And different mindset behind them. Drano, Papa Swole, I wanted to order t-shirts from the merch shop, but they are always sold out. Even the new releases. I don't know about that. I don't think we're sold out at all. I am from Europe. Is there a limit amount for Europe or just a shortage of items? As far as I'm aware, there's no shortages or sold out with anything. If it maybe you're looking at a specific size, not that I'm aware of. I'll look into it, but I haven't heard anything about anything being sold out. Maybe it's one of the printers in Europe, or maybe it's a certain size you're looking for. It's possible there's a certain size. Like if you're a medium in a black t-shirt, maybe they're not able to print. Maybe they're out of medium black t-shirts. But not that I'm aware of. Get into it. Or use the chat bot. We ship to Europe. We've been shipping to Europe all the time. It was all sizes for the new release. I've seen it. Is muscle mass increase a feasible goal for a 45-year-old male? Is 3T/week, I'm assuming times, gonna do it? Is muscle mass increase a feasible goal for 45 years old? Yes, I'm 42 years old. Absolutely. 100%. So 3 times a week is great. Muscles should be trained 2 to 3 times a week. Not every muscle will be able to recover for 3 times a week, depending on the volume. And it's harder to schedule. It's harder to program a split for every body part 3 times a week. It's just harder programming. So most people will benefit from doing 4 times a week, doing like an upper lower. That's just a really general, and I like it. There's a lot of different ways to do it. Torso, limbs, anterior, posterior. You could do full body. You could do chest and quads or chest and glutes. You could do back and glutes or back. There's so many different splits. Bottom line, are you training? Bottom line, progressive overload and a split that allows you to train body parts twice a week. Start there and then you can adjust your split. So it's absolutely feasible, and you could build muscle at any age, by the way. Not as much when you're 85 as when you're 25, but you could build muscle for sure. Drano, getting back to your question, why don't you send an email to team@papaswolio.com. So TEAM, team@papaswolio.com. Because we ship to Europe every day, all the time, and we haven't had any issues. But the oils and creams say specifically that it's only for the US. So we only ship the creams and oils in the United States. And the reason for that is just because the regulations and the laws and stuff in all the other countries is a nightmare. So we're only shipping locally. Anywhere in the United States. So the oils and creams say that they're only in the US. But merch is available everywhere. So send us an email. We'll help you out. I mean, I wouldn't say like 50. I mean, half. Like most of our orders are, I don't say most, but a lot of them. A lot of them are from overseas. Let's see. Yesterday? No, yesterday was mostly United States. We got Canada, Germany, Switzerland, Germany, UK, Sweden, Denmark, UK, Netherlands. So we're shipping to Europe just fine. Yeah, send us send an email. I mean, maybe is it your IP? Do you have like a VPN? But send us an email. We'll check that out. All right, Fit Mum, Papa Swolio. Is skipping a good cardio workout routine for beginners? Sure, you can do skipping, jump rope. There's a lot of different foot drills and things like that. Elasticity for your legs. It's really good for sprinting, running, jumping. I'm not a big fan of long distance running, but you should be able to sprint. You should be able to do like shuffles and lateral movements and rotations. This is good if you have kids. It's good for stability. It's good for your joints. But that's a great way to build up to sprinting. If you haven't, you could do some skipping routines and then do some jumping rope and stuff like that. There's a lot of good things you could do. Shortest girl ever. What a weird question. Eminem or Taylor Swift, and why? For what? I mean, I choose Eminem, but for what? I don't care about Taylor Swift at all. I don't care about Eminem at all either. It's a weird question. Like for music, Eminem, but he's a woke tard anyway. Both of them are irrelevant. I mean, most people and things are irrelevant. Like I don't care about either, to be honest. Drano says, I'm from Czech Republic. I don't have any VPN. I will send an email with details. Yeah, we've actually had an order recently from Czechia. Is that what they call it, right? Czech Republic, or they call it Czechia? Because we had an order. I see it pop up. I'm always looking. It's so cool because we get orders from all over the world. So it shouldn't be an issue. G Flores. Anyway, send an email and then with your details and we'll figure it out. Probably a simple fix or something. I'm tired. What should I do? Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Well, being tired usually comes from a lot of different things. Lacking purpose, sunlight, meditation, exercise, reading books, listening to educational podcasts. I mean, honestly, you're going to be tired if you're not getting good sleep. But again, why is the reason why you're tired? Are you going to bed and then you just feel drained? Things are tough nowadays. It is tough. right? Inflation, the monetary system is fucking collapsing. Study Bitcoin. You want to be optimistic. You want to have a low time preference, but people need hope. People need hope and optimism. And there's a few places where you're going to get that. You're going to get that with hard money. You're going to get that by studying Bitcoin. You're going to get that by going to the fucking gym and investing in your health, because these things have a low time preference. I tweeted about this earlier. If you have a low time preference, that's like fundamentally optimistic. You are sacrificing short-term gratification for long-term benefits. That's what lifting is. You're going to get short-term benefits. You're going to feel great, but you're not going to build muscle today. You're going to build muscle long-term. You're going to get these results and they compound over time. Do not sacrifice today don't sacrifice today, thinking that you'll just be able to make up for it tomorrow. The habits and the things that you do today are going to lead to those outcomes. Now, there are things that you want to do when you're in your 30s, 20s, 30s, 40s, maybe. Not everything should be put off for the future. But if you want to be active later on, if you want to extend your life and the quality of your life, you don't want to be on medications all the time. You don't want to be essentially a burden to your family or to the state. You don't want to be immobile. You want to have quality years. It happens now. So you have to change those habits and get aggressive. I mean, the more sun that I get, the better I feel. Quality sleep, quality food, lowering my stress. And that's just managing what you can control. And when it comes to stress, a lot of that and most of it is just you focusing and hyperfixating on things that you can't handle now, or things that you can't control what someone else does. You can't control what, politics or geopolitics. You can't control those things. It's like, what can you control? A lot of times you're worrying about something that's going to happen in a month. Well, what can you do in the short term? Is there a problem that needs to be solved? What can you do today to solve that problem? And do those things. Take action. Take action, or don't worry. It's wasted energy. As you get older, you start realizing, I shouldn't have worried about that. And things that are such a big deal to you when you're 20, think about all the things that happened to you when you're like 13 or 15 or early relationships. And, oh my God, it was the biggest deal in the world. You get older, you're like, oh my God, that was the stupidest thing. I shouldn't have spent 5 seconds even concerning yourself with it. Yep. All the energy and all the stress wasted on shit that didn't matter. Yeah. Yeah, Czechia. But all Czech people hate that name, prefer Czech Republic. I hear you. I just know that it showed up on my Shopify as Czechia. I don't see that anywhere. I always see Czech Republic, so I'll call it Czech Republic then. Yeah, Czechia is kind of lame. Papa Swole, I'm taking creatine for about 6 months, up the dosage from 5 to 10. Is it still fine, or am I wasting the creatine? I do feel better and more awake. You're not wasting it. I take 10 to 20 grams a day. That's why it's important for you to experiment. You can try 15. You can try. It's said that sometimes, like if you're getting poor sleep or you're in periods of higher stress, that taking 20 to 30 grams for a day or two are beneficial. So I think it's really just a personal experimentation. So I would just stay at 10 for a little bit, and you can experiment with 15. You could experiment. It's up to you. It's not going to cause any damage. So creatine is very safe. And I know that because I've been taking it for 30 years. So yeah, that's something you're going to have to play around with and see how it works. And the dosages too. I'm not saying take 20 grams in one shot. I'll take 5 grams in the morning, and then I'll usually have 5 grams with my coffee. And then if I'm working out, I'll have 5 or 10 grams. And sometimes I'll have 5 grams before I go to sleep in my tea. Sometimes I'll take a little bit more or less, but usually I'm taking at least 10 grams a day. It's usually my floor. So good stuff. You trying it and see what works. But I would stick with this for a little bit and see if it continues to work. And then you'll notice, hey, if I take a little bit more, do you notice a difference if you take 15? And if you don't, then maybe you don't really need it. So if you feel better, you have more awake, there's amazing cognitive benefits from creatine. So that's a sign that you're seeing a benefit. But if you just go right to 15, you might not notice. Let your body settle. Take that for a little bit. Question. Let's see. Sterling, any meaningful difference between isolate and a blend like Optimum Nutrition Gold Standard? I used that like 20 years ago. Does it really matter much other than different fat and carb values? Well, concentrate's usually less processed, but it really depends on the protein. I use Nature Force, this grass-fed and finished whey concentrate. I like it. It digests well for me. So isolate's good too, but it's definitely more processing. So you have to be careful because sometimes certain products might have more heavy metals in them and such. But it's really the ingredients. I don't like any flavorings. I don't want aspartame. I don't want cookies and cream. I want unflavored. So to be honest, gold standard whey is not really a gold standard at all. That's just good marketing. I never liked that. This has been around for like 30, 40 years. You know, higher quality whey proteins are going to be more expensive, but again, you get what you pay for. It's in the Amazon store. I think it's like $150 for like 5-pound bag. And yeah, it might sound expensive relative to some other ones, but the quality is there. Just go read up about it. I like it. And they have like third-party testing and stuff like that. It's really important. If I'm taking a protein, I'm like, my stomach's like, gurgle. You know, that's a sign. You shouldn't be shitting yourself. You know, a lot of people, protein farts. Well, then you're not consuming good food. You shouldn't be shitting yourself. If you're a protein farts, all the protein farts, you're eating too much, or you're eating low-quality food, or you have gut distress. That's not a normal thing. It's common and people joke about it all the time, but that's not a normal occurrence. It's because people are usually eating either way too much or low quality ingredients. They have leaky gut. They're eating all sorts of other hot mess garbage. All right. Good question. Drano, Papa Swole, do you ever use lifting straps? I do. I did yesterday, in fact. They're actually good to use. They are fucking amazing to use. If you're not using lifting straps, you're leaving gains on the table. So lifting straps are great for anything where you don't want your grip as a limiting factor. So I'll use them for things like reverse curls. Fantastic, because you're trying to work the brachialis, the brachioradialis, so you don't need, lock it into your grip. T-bar rows, great for shrugs, great for upright rows, great for lateral raises, great for lat pull downs. Essential, actually. So if you want to work your grip, fine, train your grip. You could do farmer's carries, you could do wrist curls, you could do forearm work, swing clubs. But when you're training, you're trying to train your back or your traps, use straps. If you're not using straps, you're missing out. There's a lot of different straps. Find ones that you like. Thomas says, didn't think about putting creatine in my tea or coffee. Oh, yeah. Put creatine in everything. Put in everything. All right, we got a couple rotating classes. We've got some featured classes this week, and then we'll drop a yoga class, and we'll get in some balls deep content. So what we got here?
What's in the box?
For members inside Swolenormous X, featured classes this week. First one is Swolga for Hips number 2 with ya boy. Ya boy. We got Swollen 7 Mace round 5. And we have Legs Ignite number 2. And the yoga for this week, the yoga.
What's in the box?
Brand new yoga class is Yang to Yin Express class with Alex. Fantastic.
We choose truth over fact.
Boom shakalaka!
Excellent. It's great. Yang to Yin Express class with Alex. Brand new yoga. Check it out. Join the Swole fam today. SwoleNormousX.com. Brand new yoga. Enjoy that. Glorious. It's glorious. He's glorious. It's absolutely lovely. Absolutely great. All right. Let's see what else we got here.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. That's deep.
Mm-hmm. All right. So let's do this. I saw this yesterday. So let's get into the first balls deep. We'll get into a couple other releases in just a moment.
What's in the box?
All right, this is from the Daily Mail. I thought this was hilarious. So look at this. Wait, where's the headline? Is that at the bottom? It had a different headline. It must have reloaded and has a different headline today. This says the title is The Athlete Who, quote, hates water. Athlete who hates, in quotes, the taste of water is hospitalized because of her refusal to drink it. Matt Damon. I've heard of people like this. Like, I hate water. I just can't stand water. What are you talking about? There's no taste to water, or you're drinking tap water, which is disgusting. So I guess there is a taste if you have like mineral content, but for fuck's sake, this is just stupid stuff. You need electrolytes, you need hydration. This is dumb. An athlete who said she hates the taste of water and hydrates with coffee and beer instead. Oh, great. Oh, excellent choice. Both diuretics, great. Has revealed that she's had to be hospitalized multiple times because of refusal to drink it. So this is what we call retardation. This is what a retard sounds like. If she's been hospital, I didn't see this, but I must have glossed over the multiple times part. So it's not the first time. It's happened multiple times. So you don't learn the first time or the second time. Oh, I got hospitalized because I'm not hydrated enough. Okay. Continues to not hydrate. Oh, I got hospitalized again. Okay. Might want to do that. Unless you want to keep on going back to the hospital. Lori Cheek, 52 from Kentucky, said the clear liquid tastes flat and uninspiring. Drink some fucking sparkling water. Get some San Pellegrino or something. I love sparkling water, but just get some sparkling, put some carbonation in it. Flat. Drink some sparkling water. She wants nothing to do with it. How can you don't want anything to do with life? But she's ended up in the ER twice after exercising without drinking enough water. She's also been fiercely slammed online for her aversion, but Lori doesn't care and believes that people rely too much on water. Yeah, well, you don't rely enough on it. So stupid. Water's been put on a pedestal as the only way to hydrate, but that's just not true. Well, that's correct, but you need hydration. So you can have fruit, you can have sparkling water, you can have coconut water. You know, there's natural sources of hydration, moist food. You'll get water. You don't have to drink straight water, but I mean, unless you just have coconuts outside, you need to get you need to put electrolytes in. You don't want just flat, plain, no minerals in your water. Electrolytes, right? Electrolytes. Brondo. It's got electrolytes. People call it refreshing, but I've never had that experience. It's like slimy going down my throat. I crave flavor. So this is what happens with all the soda and the garbage that people drink. It's destroyed your taste buds. It's slimy going down your throat. You know what else is slimy? Because water is slimy. I've never heard anyone say water is slimy going down my throat. So she doesn't swallow. She spits. So this is why she's upset. No one wants to be with her. It's slimy going down my throat. Everyone's like, pass. Swipe left. Oh, God. I wonder why she's in the hospital all the time. Lori said she's hated water for as long as she can remember it. Even her parents disliked the liquid. She explained, I grew up on Tang, Kool-Aid, and Capri Suns. Yeah, so she grew up on poison. She grew up on food colorings and sugar. I hate the taste of water. I grew up on Tang, Kool-Aid, and Capri Suns. Ah, great. Quality parenting there. Excellent. I hate water. It has no flavor. Water has no flavor. Look at her. Looks healthy. Looking healthy. Looking like a leather bag. All right. I'll sip it just... This is funny. The comments are funny. I'll sip it just enough to make it look like I'm drinking it when I'm around others. She admitted that she's had some life-threatening situations because of lack of water. I've ended up in the ER twice. There were scary experiences that taught me I can't take hydration lightly. Since then, I've made it a priority to find flavorful ways to stay hydrated. Not, hey, I need more hydration. I need more water and electrolytes. Let me just find some more flavorful things to drink. It's almost killed me twice, but let me keep on doing what I've been doing. Lori starts off her morning with coffee and has 3 more cups throughout the day. I'm a coffee fan. Not late in the day, though. Then she'll chug flavored water such as Crystal Light or sports drinks and a few beers after a bike ride. This woman is doing a cancer speed run. Jesus.
Matt Damon.
Oh, this is disgusting. I'm so glad we continued. Oh, this is gnarly. Oh, after dinner, to make sure her body is well hydrated, she'll have a couple of Pedialyte popsicles to sneak in some extra electrolytes. Oh.
I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you?
60% of the time, it works every time.
Oh.
That doesn't make sense.
Pedialyte popsicles? Say it ain't so. Holy shit, how is she alive? She has to spend an average of $150 on staying hydrated each month. Compared to nothing if she just drank water. This is the most retarded article from the Daily Mail side and from this woman. Compared to nothing, water doesn't hydrate you. Like in itself, you need carbohydrates. I mean, well, you don't need, but electrolytes. You need like the vitamins and like the minerals in water. You need sodium, potassium, magnesium for proper hydration. You don't need to be, you don't need a gallon jug. People that carry around a gallon jug, you're not in the fucking desert. You don't need that much water. You need electrolytes. You don't need that much. And plus you're getting plastic in this garbage jugs and stuff. Well, $150. You know, okay. I buy electrolytes and stuff. This is, oh God, this gets worse and worse. Yes, coffee does count towards hydration and so does beer. Yeah, we get it. But it also affects the antidiuretic hormone, which is why when you drink beer and stuff, you have to pee more because it suppresses, your antidiuretic hormone. So you actually flush a lot more water out. You'll pee a lot more than you normally would. That's why beer actually is dehydrating. Alcohol is dehydrating because it actually leads you to pee more than you normally would, getting rid of important electrolytes. That's why you need to supplement. Like if you're drinking, if you're having a drink, have electrolytes, have water, drink water in between. You guys know that, right? If you have a drink, you're going out, make sure you also drink water, drink some electrolytes before you go, drink some electrolytes before you go to bed. If you're at a social event, I'm not saying you can't have a glass of wine or something like that, but you can plan ahead. Anyway, she trained 6 days a week and recently competed in a relay of the half Ironman. So this is like you're a compulsive cardio junkie and you don't hydrate properly. People are shocked. Some laugh. Like, this is dumb because you're literally proving that it's not smart. You're proving that it doesn't work. You're just literally going to the hospital because you're dehydrated. All right. Yeah, I hate the taste of water. Let me keep on drinking. Where's my Capri Sun? How many cats do you think she has? Yeah. Oh, Kentucky. Oh, Kentucky. Oh, boy. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious, people. Help me out here, fam. Come on now. All right. Yeah, I don't like slime. I don't like slimy things going down my throat. Danny says, I want to know what kind of water she's drinking that makes it slimy. Does anyone? I've never drank water. I've never drank water, and I thought, if your water tastes slimy, there's a problem with your water. You need better water. On no planet, unless you were trying to make Jell-O and you forgot to flavor it and you're just drinking gelatin or something. There's no reason why your water should be slimy. That makes me want to literally go pound a gallon of water. The fact that she does, that's gross. Okay. Let's do this one first. It's called Teacher Intro. Teacher Intro.
What's in the box?
We'll do some more releases. We got some more.
My pronouns are they, them. Hey, good morning, class. My name is Teacher Roby. I'm going to do a quick introduction before we get started.
I guess this is fake because someone's recording in the class. I guess this is like a make-believe. Here's what I do in the class. Are we really still doing this pronoun bullshit? Anytime someone ever gives you pronouns at a job or workplace, that's your sign to find a new place. Just laugh at these people, point and laugh. You don't have pronouns. No one cares. There's no such thing as gender. This is just made up bullshit. You're a male, you're a female, you're a he or a she. Get over it. Move on.
my teacher picture. Everyone in here will be able to take a picture this year, so I'm excited to see how those come out. I am non-binary. My pronouns are they, them. For example,
No such thing as non-binary. I want attention. I want attention. I don't feel like a boy or a girl. Well, you are one or the other. You don't get to pick either. They is for plural. We're teaching kids to be retarded. Okay. They is for multiple people.
they are a great art teacher. They taught us how to draw a stitch. It is super important to get our pronouns right. If you do make a mistake, I will politely correct you. No worries.
It is not important. You should not get pronouns correct if they are stupid, and you should make fun of people if they have pronouns. I think we should, this is why make shaming great again. This is why bullying can work in many respects, because we're not conforming society based on your mental delusion. We're over it.
That goes for me too. So if I ever get your name or pronouns wrong, please correct me.
Getting a name wrong is one thing. Oh, it's not, I don't know, Charlie. Oh, you like Charles instead. Okay, well, that's your name. That's your name. Okay. Pronouns do not have to be discovered or option. You know, it's not whatever I get to choose. No, you have a name. And of course, if someone's like, oh, no, you pronounce my name this. Okay, that's different. Homeschool your kids. There's more.
Single time. I am from Brooklyn, New York. I graduated high school in 2012. There's me when I was younger. I then went on to graduate from Rutgers, Camden, right in the city in 2017. I also went on to get my graduate degree from Relay Graduate School of Education. I graduated in 2021. I love to travel. I love my family. So this is my family. Raise your hand if you have family or if you feel like you have people in your life who care about you or you care about, and those are the people you consider family. So I hope everybody has somebody in their life that loves and cares about them. That being said, I do have my fur babies. This is my dog Nala and my two cats Arthur and Ariel.
I have two dogs. They're not fur babies. Why these leftists are so weird? They're not your children. They're dogs, not fur babies. They're dogs. They're cute dogs. We got cute doggies. If they weren't so busy killing their children, they could actually have real babies. Okay, let's continue.
Summer, we went to Italy, so that's super exciting. I want all of you to get an opportunity to travel and do the things that you love to do. Joy is super important in this space. Everyone is welcome. Everyone belongs here. In order to make this a safe space, you all have to believe and trust that you belong here and you are welcome here.
Everyone's welcome. Everyone's glorious. Everyone's special. No, stop with the navel gazing. You're not really that special. Everyone's unique in their own way. Cool. Maximize your strengths. Teach kids how to maximize their strengths. I think as a society, as a parent, I mean, you definitely want to allow your children to be social and to communicate with others, this, that, and the other. But I think you should be focusing less on weaknesses in certain areas. Of course, you want competency in certain areas, but focus on the strengths. And that's the problem with school, is that it beats out the uniqueness. It beats out the strengths. It bores kids to death. It makes them hate learning. You want to focus on what stimulates them and then go all in on those things, in my opinion. All right. We got another video. This one's it's titled Shooter. So that's a good one. And then we got merch. So let's do this video first. Then we got merch. Yeah, we'll do that next. We'll do this video and then we'll do merch because we'll wrap it up with some awesome merch. All right. This one's called Shooter. Earmuffs.
What's in the box?
Headphones. I don't know. The headline says, I'm sure this is about the Minnesota thing. Yeah, it says Minnesota shooting, transgender struggles, crying emojis. Oh my God. Where are we at with this shit?
I don't talk much while I'm traveling about political stuff.
It'd be great if you just didn't, period. Which I'm sure we'll all be saying at the end of this video.
Because that's not the focus. But at the moment, I want to talk with everyone about the situation.
Oh my God. Yo. 14 seconds and I'm bored out of my mind. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Get to the point.
And the Catholic school shooting. That poor girl who attended the school and went in there and shot up the school.
That's a man. No. That's not a woman. Any article or anything, that's a man. That's a man. That's a man. It's a man. It's a man. It's a man with a mental illness. It's a man. It's a man. It's a man. It's a man. Cut your dick off, you're a man with no dick. Let's continue.
After transitioning.
Man. You can't transition. You're a man.
And after attending that school, and we can only assume that that school, as a Catholic school, did not welcome her, did not make her feel seen, included.
What the fuck are you talking about? She should have, or she, like this woman, the shooter, he needs to be in a mental asylum. Obviously too late. Should have been in a mental asylum. Worked out great. Ooh, this quality transition. This is what happens when you pump people full of fucking drugs. You pump them full of drugs. Do we know what this guy was on? Do we know what this guy was on? SSRIs, all the other hormones and shit. God damn it. You know, these people vote. This generation, you know, they're on their way out. My God, fucking retarded. Absolutely retarded.
Safe during her confusing years, during her transitional years.
His mental illness struggle that was perpetuated by his parents and society, and it was facilitated. So they are the real cause of this. I think parents should be held liable, especially if you are destroying your children and then they go out and act on society. They're definitely liable, in my opinion. I mean, of course, it has to be like, you know, taken to court and all that stuff. But yeah, you're promoting this terrible child abuse, and then your kid goes and shoots up a school. It's like, you're responsible for that.
During her becoming who she needed to become.
Yeah, a murderer? That's a he. That's a he. That was brainwashed and given tons of psychotropic drugs and things that change your mental state. Shot up a school.
But the goal was to become happy when you transition.
Oh, is that the goal? Oh, no. The goal wasn't to shoot up a fucking school and commit suicide? Oh, man. It's only happened a bunch of times before. These drugs, these pharmaceutical companies are absolutely criminal. They're criminal. They're reckless. They're negligent. They do not care about you. I posted this the other day. Ozempic, you are a guinea pig when you're on pharmaceuticals. Any pharmaceutical, you're a guinea pig. You're a guinea pig. And people are testing this shit. They're testing Adderall and all these fucking garbage pharmaceuticals on children. It numbs you. It fucks you up. It rewires your brain. That's why we have so many kids that are growing up fucking psychotic. It fucks them up for life.
And so this is going to feed a lot of conversation about mental illness around trans people.
They're the same thing. Not all people that are mentally ill think that they're the opposite sex, but transgender people are mentally ill. Don't separate them. Like, trans people are mentally ill.
This is why people shouldn't encourage people to transition.
No shit. It's child abuse. It's just absolutely insane. You know, we're going to look back on this time period in like 20 years and it's going to be the literal war crimes. This is just the most sickening shit. It's the most sickening shit. You're literally experimenting on the population. It's a fucking sick genocide.
And it's just so sad because it affects the LGBTQ plus community.
No one fucking cares about your cult. It doesn't affect anyone unless you're also mentally insane and you're like, oh my God, I'm not insane. Yeah, you are. You're part of the rainbow cult. It has nothing to do with being gay. It has to do with, do you agree with us or not? It's just a militant wing of the Democratic Party now. You could be a female and like women. Okay, you're gay. Or a man and like women. Okay. Everything else is make-believe. There's no trans. There's no queer. Oh, I'm weird. Okay. I don't give a shit if you like to spike your hair. Oh, I'm emo. Okay. You could wear leather. I don't care what you fucking wear. You're still a man. You're still a woman. Our society is crumbling because we allow this mental illness to take control. Because people don't want to be mean. They don't want to be mean. They don't want to hurt someone's feelings. They don't want to say something that someone might not like. Well, guess what? People are not going to like a lot of things. And if you tell someone that this is not tea party time, that they're mentally insane, they're not going to like it. And that's okay. If I call someone that's mentally insane, and they don't like it, that's fine. They get upset and they freak out. Guess what? That's what a mentally insane person would do. Do I care about the opinions of someone who is mentally unstable? If a man thinks that they're a woman and they want me to call them a woman, that is mentally unstable. That is mentally insane. I do not have to play along with that. If they get upset, that is not a me problem. I'm a rock. No, you're not. You're a bigot. No, you're not a rock, and I'm not a fucking moron. So stop. This is just, it's trying to break down your integrity. It's trying to make you feel so guilty that you change your framework. This is exactly what Orwell talked about in 1984. This is that 2 + 2 = 5. They want you to agree that a man is a woman just because they say they are, or a woman is a man because they say they are. That's not true. No, I'm not going to say that. That's stupid. You're not a bigot for pointing out reality to people. They're mentally fucked up. They have a mental illness and they need actual help. And if they can't function in society, they should be removed and they should be treated and hopefully maybe rehabilitated in some way. In terms of maybe there's Medicaid. I mean, I don't know if you undo any of that, but you take them, like if you bring people to the woods, right? Or a nice farm, right? Let's say you had a nice center, like in the middle of Montana, and everyone was outside, eating steak and doing farm work and living in like a commune type society. Maybe they would unplug from all the 5G radiation and the toxic water and maybe all the social media, no phones, no TVs. Maybe it can snap some people out of it, but I don't know, man. I don't know. But your mental illness does not require me to break my understanding of reality. I'm not going to do it. And I'm not a bad person for pointing out something that's factual just because it hurts your feelings. I don't fucking care. All right. Swole card time. Before we do, let's give away, or not give away. We got the Swole card. Let's see. We got new merch. Before we do, we got a round table.
What's in the box?
Round table this Thursday. Time might change, but for right now, it's scheduled for this Thursday, September 4th at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. So be there 9:30 to 10:30. It'll probably go down at 9:30. We'll keep it to that. Thursday, 9:30 to 10:30 for members. And the link will be there in the app on your homepage, Zoom call, and you can come and hang out with the fam this Thursday morning at 9:30 a.m. You can ask questions, come hang out, 9:30 a.m., Thursday, September the 4th. That's this Thursday. All right, new merch. New merch. Here we go. papaswolio.com. We have buy one, get one 50% off right now. And of course, we also have the brand new. Make sure you go and pick up yours now. We got the body care and hair products, Bull Cream, Mane Gains, and Scalp Seed. Buy any 3 and you get free shipping. USA only. So go check it out. papaswolio.com. Go moisturize. Take care of your hair, your skin. You're going to look sexy as fuck, I promise. Go check it out. Brand new drops for those that live in the United States. We got new merch, and it's perfect time of year because it's summer. There's a lot of storms. There's a lot of wildfires and stuff. There's a lot of craziness out there. But don't worry.
What's in the box?
This guy is here to make sure that you, because only you, Swole fam, only you can prevent obesity. There we go. Swoley the bear. Call him Swoley. Look at that merch. Excellent. Let's get a little air horn. I'll take it. Only you can prevent obesity. Looking good. Go check it out. papaswolio.com. Buy one, get one 50% off. Smokey the Bear, Swole the Bear. Only you can prevent obesity. Go to the fucking gym. Got the nice club there. Looking awesome. Look at that design. Fucking great. Fucking great. Michelle says PS14 is great. Awesome. Glad you enjoy it. Yeah, and the the mug, the golden chalice will be going out soon. And you guys are really going to love that. So anyway, we have new merch. Great shirt. Only you can prevent obesity. Go check it out. papaswolio.com. Buy one, get one. Fitty. All right. Let's give away today's Swole card, and then we will do a throwback. What we got here, Swole Fam card. Let's give it away. Give it away. Give it away now. Hashtag Swole Fam. All right, we got a winner. Today's winner is Jeremy Beast Mode. Congratulations. Congratulations. Jeremy. Swole Fam indeed. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com. Swole card 3405 in the subject. You're marrying. I guess we're Chinese now. Put your marrying address in body of email. Hey. Swole Fam. Congratulations, Jeremy. Body of the email. Support@swolenormous.com 3405. Congratulations, Jeremy. Get that damn thing into focus. We'll get into focus one of these days. Time for throwback. Congratulations. What we got here? Horrifying and let's do this.
It is really traumatizing to get like a double chin or to get like more fat on your face.
Yeah. No shit.
I am the biggest I've ever been, really, and accepting this part of me has been really difficult.
Then don't accept it. Change your habits so it's not there anymore.
Was just so happened to like pass by a mirror. I just cried. It sucked. Certain angles of myself and such really trigger me still.
Fatty.
Because I have so much internalized hatred and hatefulness and bigotry I was taught about being fat and being big, that when I notice I have things like this, it makes all those memories flood back for me.
Poor baby's gonna cry.
So the big lie that's being perpetuated is that the left and what these fat acceptance people, all this stuff is doing, they're trying to force women to delude themselves, to lie to themselves. They're forcing women to lie to themselves until they feel like, I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this. Yeah. Well, it's not comfortable looking in the mirror and realizing, oh, I don't like the way I look. Oh, it's because of my habits. Let me change my habits. That sounds like the obvious thing. Hey, why am I in this situation? It's my fault. It's my responsibility to change that. What habits can I change? What can I improve? And what can I tweak in order to not be in the same situation? But no, it's everyone else. No, it's society. No, it's the patriarchy. No, it's mansplaining. No, it's fat phobia. No, blah, 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 blah. No one cares. Fam, go to the fucking gym. Thanks for being here. Check out those new releases. Join us. SwoleNormousX.com. Join the fam today. Pick up some merch. We got hats. We got awesome tanks, Super Swole Bros. We got the new Swole the Bear. We got new releases. And we got buy one, get one 50% off. And plus, get free shipping on body care and hair care products. Shipping in the USA only. But you get free shipping when you get 3 or more. So go check that out. Everything is live. Lots of cool stuff. It's a great day. It's September. It's Swoletember. So happy Swoletember, everyone. And let's keep on making those sick fucking gains. And we'll see you tomorrow. Peace, Mageese, Deuce, Magoose. Ya boy, Papa Swolio. Out.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bag that you made. That's a bag that you made. That's a bag that you made. That's a bag that you laid. shit. Whoa, my shit is relevant. Our topic, my